Welcome back, everybody, to the Metropolis Bulldogs Teambuilder Dynasty here on NCAA Football 14. Today, the Bulldogs return to a snowy Washington, D.C. as they are set to face off against the UTSA Roadrunners. These guys are from the state of Texas. They don't play in the snow a whole lot, so I think the weather conditions today could certainly play into the Bulldogs' favor. This season has not gone to plan for UTSA. They're 2-8. They're one of the worst teams in the American Athletic Conference, but I really don't want to take these guys lightly. They have a number of talented players, including senior running back Sincere McCormick, who is arguably the best offensive skill position player in the American Athletic Conference. So we've certainly got our hands full dealing with him in this explosive rushing game today. We played against two other bad teams in the last episode, USF, who we got rocked by 41-7. And then we went to the Link to face off against the Temple Owls, and we barely won by the skin of our teeth with a last-second touchdown by slot receiver Emmanuel Cortez to beat them 20-17. So we have struggled against some weaker competition as of recently, even the week before the 4-overtime game against East Carolina, who only has 3 wins. So as I said, we really got to watch out for Sincere McCormick. He is a dangerous weapon. This is an NFL-level talent who we're dealing with today, but the quarterback position's a little bit weak for them. Narcisi, their starting quarterback, is injured, so they're going to have to settle for freshman Eddie Lee Marburger, who has been, to put it nicely, atrocious this year with 0 touchdowns and 7 interceptions with a passer rating of just 54. They have a number of talented receivers as well, but they only have 2 defensive players higher than 80 overall. So although they have plenty of weapons on the offensive side of the ball, they have a great group of skill position players led by obviously Sincere McCormick. Their defense is atrocious. Their quarterback is atrocious. So there's a reason why these guys are 2-8 and not any better. Welcome to Metropolis Field here in the nation's capital as the 2-8 UTSA Roadrunners face off against the recently bowl-clinched 6-3 Metropolis Bulldogs in an American Athletic Conference showdown. The Bulldogs need all the in-conference wins they can get as Metropolis has a slight shot, but a shot, of making the conference championship. So they have to win out pretty much, and Capital College needs to lose out. Metropolis, of course, plays against Capital College next week. So the Bulldogs here start on offense. First play of the game, Castillo is picked off by Robinson. Well, that's about as bad of a start as you could have asked for. Manuel Castillo really struggled in both games last week, so I was really hoping he'd start off a little better today. But unfortunately, that is not the case. Another freshman mistake there for the true freshman quarterback. And now the Roadrunners have it as Eddie Lee Marburger loses 3. Big play by the senior linebacker Ford Chavez. Marburger is not the most mobile of quarterbacks. He has good acceleration, good agility, but he's slow. Now, that's not going to matter because we make every quarterback look like Lamar Jackson with their running ability, but still, that pass nearly intercepted on second down by Terrell Cream. That was right in his hands. He really should have picked that one off, but unfortunately, he was unable to, so that'll make it a 3rd down and 13 now here for the Roadrunners. Tight end in motion. UTSA has it at around the 20-ish yard line as Marburger goes deep, and it's deflected again by Terrell Cream. Cream has a good, I think, 5 interceptions this year. He has good hands, but parent drop picks there, now 4th and 13. UTSA is going to go for it. Interesting call. Marburger under pressure, heaves it up, and it's caught for a touchdown. And UTSA is on the board. It's Decorian Clark with the score. The first career passing touchdown for freshman quarterback Eddie Lee Marburger. And UTSA is on the board. They lead 7-0. The Bulldogs really needed to set the tone today, so that's not a good start. And the slow start continues here for the offense. Manuel Castillo loses 4 on the run. Not ideal there, and that'll make it a 3rd and 5 now for Metropolis, as it's going to be a handoff for Victor Adams, and he is immediately smothered, barely able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so that'll force a punt. So far, so good here in the early stages of this game for UTSA. First down now for the Roadrunners. It's Sincere McCormick who fumbles the football, but he picks it back up. The true freshman Michael Roberson was the one who ripped the ball out, so a near turnover there, but the Roadrunners will keep the ball. They get a lucky break. We'll see if they can capitalize here with this newly given opportunity. 3rd and 5, back to McCormick. He is short. Hassan Antonio brings him down. So far, a slow start here for Sincere McCormick. 4 carries, just 11 yards. He has not made a huge impact today. So Metropolis has it back. The offense has not gotten a first down yet. Looking to change that here. It's Manuel Castillo keeping it himself for a gain of 11. A good QB keeper there for Metropolis' first down of the ball game. So they'll keep the chains moving. Now a 3rd and 8 here for the Bulldogs. They got to get something rolling here on offense. Castillo under a lot of pressure, goes short for Emmanuel Cortez. He gets about 6. So now it's a 4th and 2. Metropolis says, screw it. Why not go for it? Let's run it up the middle and do something here. That's exactly what they're going to do. It's Victor Adams who gets the first down. Didn't get a whole lot past that first down yards marker, but he got the yards needed to keep the drive going. Following play now for Metropolis. Here's Manuel Castillo under pressure. Tripped up for a sack. It'll go for a loss of 7. It's Christian Clayton who brings down the quarterback. That'll make it a 2nd and long here for the Bulldogs. Castillo under more pressure. Heaves it up deep, and it's caught by Danilo Walls, who brings it to the 31. A big gain of 25 yards for Danilo Walls. Another big gain there for the Metropolis Bulldogs. And now the offense is starting to get into a little bit of a rhythm. Following play from the 31-yard line. Handoff for Victor Adams. Goes to the right. Has blocks. There's Adams down the field. Gets a little bit more than 20. They're going to call that 21. A nice run for Victor Adams, who has played quite well so far today. He has gotten a bulk of the touches over Donovan Barrington so far, as that'll wrap up the first quarter. UTSA leads 7-0. The Roadrunners started this game off about as well as they could have, but Metropolis is now doing some damage finally with the ball as they have it inside the 5-yard line here. It's a 3rd and 4 at the 4-yard line. We'll see if the Bulldogs can punch it in. It's a jet sweep for Marcus Wilkerson. Jukes out the defender. He is in for a score, and Marcus Wilkerson will tie it up at 7. A nice run there by the senior wideout, more known as a red zone threat with his hands, but hey, he's taken the term red zone threat and using it in another way with the rushing score. So now it's 2nd and 1 here for the UTSA offense. It's Maraberger with blocks. I told you every quarterback this defense plays looks like Lamar Jackson. I mean, it's unbelievable. If I were to guess how many rushing yards that all of the quarterbacks who have played Metropolis have accumulated throughout the season, it's got to be at least 1,000 by now, right? 2nd and 2, Maraberger again on the read option. That'll be a touchdown, and the Roadrunners are back on top. A quick drive from Eddie Lee Maraberger and the Roadrunners, as Maraberger has a rushing touchdown and a passing touchdown here in the first half. He's been pretty effective. Leave it to Metropolis to make an awful quarterback look good. So the Bulldogs have it back. Nice throw by Castillo over to the true freshman Osiris Yanyu in one of his better games of the season a week ago in the win over Temple, even though I can't really say the same for the rest of the offense. 3rd and 4, Castillo on the run, gets it to his tight end, Tadion Smith-Gardner for the first down. Smith-Gardner played very well at the beginning of the season. He's been quiet the past couple of weeks, but it's good to see him make a play there. That'll move the chains. First down now, back to Victor Adams, this time to the left side, and Adams is really running the ball well right now. He played very solidly last week against Temple with Donovan Barrington injured for most of that game. Even with Barrington healthy today, it's Adams who's gotten much of the workload out of the backfield. 3rd and 5, handoff to the power back, Xavier Grice, and he is just short of the first down marker, making a gain of 4, so it's a 4th and 1. The Bulldogs being aggressive. We're going to keep the offense out on the field as they elect to go for it. Gutsy call, we'll see if it pays off. Castillo hands it off for guess who? Victor Adams. He barely gets it. Oh boy, that was close. Maybe a matter of inches. But they will give Metropolis the first down. A huge call there for the Bulldogs. Now they have it in the red zone here on first down. Following play, Castillo connects with Emmanuel Cortez, who uppercuts the corner. He is in for the score. Great play by Emmanuel Cortez, who of course had the game-winning touchdown last week against Temple. Back in the end zone here as the Bulldogs tie it up at 14 apiece. Both offenses are really looking pretty solid here in this ball game, scoring the ball at a high level. Late in the first half, it's a 3rd and 6. Maraberger misses his throw incomplete. Bulldogs defense started this game off slow. Hopefully that drive can lead to them playing better as this game goes along. And now the Bulldogs offense has it back late in the first half. Castillo on first down, scrambling to his right, looking to throw it. It's caught by Cortez, who is bopped by the defender. but he does get the first down. That'll keep the drive alive. Time is continuing to tick. Not a whole lot of time here for the Bulldogs. They've got to move it. Clock sits at under a minute. Here is Castillo on the run. Under pressure. He's going to keep it. He loses it. It's a fumble picked up by Christian Clayton. A costly fumble there by Manuel Castillo. And UTSA forces their second turnover of the half. So now the Roadrunner offense will look to respond and take the lead as it's 2nd and inches, under a minute to go in the half. Marburger sacked. Only a loss of 1, but still a nice play from Delvin Hines II. And that'll make it a 3rd and short here for the Roadrunners. They've done poorly in short yardage situations today as McCormick is stopped. He gets nothing on the play. Big stop by the Metropolis defense, and UTSA elects to punt it. So you're going to tell me they went for it on a 4th and 13 at the Metropolis 25, but don't go for it on a 4th and inches at the Metropolis 45. Kind of odd, but it might have worked out because that was a great punt down to the 3. Their punter's like a 97 overall. He is no slouch. So the Bulldogs have it back. Not a whole lot of time left here in the first half as Castillo has a wide open man. It's Danilo Walls who runs out of bounds. That'll stop the clock. Metropolis is trying to move quickly. They really don't have a whole lot of time. And only here with 1 timeout. I think the Bulldogs' best bet is a quick pass and then a field goal as it's caught by Cortez. Ball's out! Another fumble, and it's picked up by Nwachukwu. A 3rd turnover here in the first half of the Metropolis offense. Their 2nd fumble within the span of less than a minute. I think the snowy conditions are making it harder for these guys to grip the football, and that has been evident here for Metropolis here down the stretch in this first half. I honestly think Cortez was down on the play. We tried to challenge it, but the game didn't let us. So we will be unable to challenge the call. I think it's because there's like barely any time left in the first half. So in that case, I get it. That'll wrap up the first half. We've got ourselves a good one. UTSA 14, Metropolis 14. The Bulldogs again for a 3rd straight week, actually a 4th straight week, playing down to competition. They've had an easy schedule as of recent and have struggled with it. Eddie Lee Marburger keeps it on the read option. There goes Marburger downfield past the 50. I told you, even the slowest quarterbacks, they could be molasses in the pocket against everybody else. They look like Lamar Jackson against the Bulldogs. So now UTSA has it past the 50. They're driving it pretty well so far on this possession as their offense looks to get back on track. Marburger sacked for a loss of 11. Big play there by Jonathan Savage II. And that'll make it a 3rd down here for the Roadrunners. A 3rd and 10 as they make up the 11 yards from the sack. It'll be a screen from McCormick, and he gets nothing, losing about 4. Scout Lopez, the junior, brings them down. So UTSA will be forced to punt it. Not a great first drive of the second half for the Roadrunners. So now Metropolis gets it back, looking to take the lead here for the first time today. Castillo on the run as an open man. It's Wilkerson who gets a nice block and gets a nice gain. Good play there for Marcus Wilkerson as he gets around 22 yards on the reception. Of course, he had the rushing touchdown earlier. Good route, completely wide open. Then a great block here by the receiver to help Wilkerson get an extra 7 or 8 yards. So that'll move the chains. Now Metropolis has it past the 50. They've scored twice today, but they've turned it over 3 times. Castillo up the middle for an open man. It's Osiris Young who gets a first down with a gain of 18 yards, and the Bulldogs are really moving it nicely. They're getting pretty close here to the red zone. 3rd and 5 now for Metropolis. They are officially in the red zone. We'll see if they can get this first down and get closer to the end zone. Castillo goes short. It's caught by Smith-Gardner. He has it at about the 6. Nice play for Smith-Gardner, who's had a pretty good game today, and Metropolis is just inching closer and closer to the end zone. Castillo back to Smith-Gardner. He is so close to the pylon. I thought he was in there, but these refs are hating today. So Smith-Gardner will not get the touchdown. That'll make it a 2nd and goal. The Bulldogs looking to punch it in here on the following play. They're going to do just that. It's Xavier Grice striking the Heisman pose as if he's got a shot at the Heisman. Well, I feel like in order to do that, you got to be the best running back on your team. And, well, Grice isn't even RB2 here. But, hey, still a nice touchdown run. I don't want to take anything away from him. So it's 21-14. The Bulldogs with a long drive there spanning over half the quarter. Take their first lead of the game. And the Roadrunners need to answer here on 3rd and 3. Marburger keeps it on the option. He is stopped for a loss of 4. Big play there again by Jonathan Savage II. He had Sincere McCormick open on his left side, and McCormick probably would have gotten the first down, but freshman mistake there by the UTSA quarterback. So now the Bulldogs have it back. Nice move by Victor Adams, who has it to about the 40. And again, it's been the Victor Adams show out of the backfield. I don't know why Donovan Barrington's not getting these touches, but I mean, I guess you got to keep giving it to the hot hand. Victor Adams has played his best game as a Bulldog today. On first down, Wilkerson is wide open downfield. There were two defenders kind of close to him, but Wilkerson created separation off of the first corner, and the safety wasn't able to get there quick enough. That'll wrap up quarter number 3. It's Metropolis on top, 21-14, trying to finish off the job here with 1 quarter to go and get what would be their 7th win of the season. The Bulldogs had the football here. They have a great shot to make it a 2-possession game, which I think would probably ice it, if we're being honest. First down here for Metropolis. First play of the quarter, play action fake. Here's Castillo, rolls out to the right. It's picked off by Spencer. Yeah, so this game is not over after all. The Bulldogs had all the momentum there in the third quarter, and then zap, completely gone away. A big turnover there by the UTSA Roadrunner defense. And now the Roadrunners have new life. We'll see what their offense can do here. I feel like they got to get McCormick more involved in the game plan. He hasn't gotten the ball a whole lot. When he has been, he's been sort of ineffective. They give it to him here. He gets the first down. I told you, give Sincere McCormick the ball and get out of the way. That should be the game plan right now for UTSA. And I feel like they should try to really get him involved in the short passing game because the middle of this Metropolis defensive line has been stout for the most part today. 3rd and 7. There's Franklin with the first down up the middle. A nice play for Jakari Franklin. And that will move UTSA closer and closer here towards that end zone. They're getting pretty close. 2nd and 10. Here's Eddie Lee Maraberger under pressure. Sees it deep. It's picked off. Ryan Jovanovic, the senior safety, with the interception. A huge turnover there for the Bulldogs as he keeps his feet in bounds. You only need 1 foot in college. I think he got both in. Great ball skills, great awareness, huge turnover from the senior, and now Metropolis has another opportunity to ice the game. There's the speedster, Tamarian Johnson, with a nice play to around the Metropolis 45-yard line. Good throw there by Manuel Castillo. Castillo's had 2 bad interceptions today, but other than the turnovers, I feel like he's been quite good in today's ball game. 3rd and inches now for Metropolis. It's a handoff for Victor Adams. He has room, gets the first down. Big play there for Adams, and that'll keep the chains moving. There's not a whole lot of time left in this game. We sit at a little bit over 2 minutes left. 3rd and 15. Castillo goes short for John Alexander. He gets about 14, so that was a productive play there. Smart decision by Castillo to dump it off rather than try to heave it up deep. So 4th and 1. The Bulldogs could go for the field goal, but they're going to go for it. They want to get this first down. They want to end this game. Give it to the hands of Victor Adams to finish this game off. Not so fast, old partner. Adams is stopped by the UTSA defense. So again, the Roadrunners have another opportunity to win this football game. They had a nice opportunity to tie it on the last drive. They were unsuccessful. Jovanovic had a huge interception for the Bulldogs, and now they've been given another opportunity. Here's Maraberger on 2nd and 10. Runs right into the middle of the defensive line. He is sacked on the play by Percy Morales. That'll be a loss of about 4 for the Roadrunners. A huge sack there by the Metropolis defense. And now it's a 3rd and 14. Maybe the biggest play of the game so far. Dual back set. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Maraberger overthrows his target. Good coverage, good pass rush there by Metropolis. UTSA would elect to go for it here on 4th and 14, realizing that this is probably their best shot of winning this ball game. So we'll see if they're able to convert here and keep this one alive. Maraberger again misses the throw. Looked like Franklin was the intended target again, but the pass was once more offline. So the Bulldogs get the stop. Now they're trying to choose some clock as it's a 3rd and 14. UTSA out of timeouts. Castillo is sacked. Good play there by the Roadrunners. That'll be a loss of 7. Clock, however, will keep running. So now that'll lead to a 48-yard field goal attempt here for Mark Mitchell. This kick is no guarantee for the Metropolis Bulldogs. 48 yards in the snow. I imagine his career lawn isn't much farther out. than 48 yards. So we'll see if he can get this kick to ice the game. The kick looks good, and it is short. Mark Mitchell's kick is short, and the Roadrunners have been given another chance. The opportunity stays alive for UTSA, and although the door is closing, it's still open. There's still enough time on the clock until midnight for Cinderella. As there's Clark with the first down. That'll keep the chains moving, but UTSA's got to move quick. About 40 seconds now. Eddie Lee Marburger on first down. Takes a shot deep. Nearly caught. The receiver had it in his hands. A huge deflection by the true freshman, Brian McGrew. 2nd and 10 now for the Roadrunners. Keep in mind, UTSA is out of timeouts as Marburger goes up the middle for Zachary Franklin. That's a first down there for UTSA. Now we're down to about 10 seconds to go. It's a 3rd down and 5 here for UTSA. I feel like they got to go deep at this point, but instead it's a screen. Dumb play call as McCormick is shoved down by Ivanovic. This clock is ticking. Are they going to have enough time to run another play? I'm not sure. And no, the clock hit 0, and that is going to end this ball game. What an ending. The Metropolis Bulldogs take it home in dramatic fashion, 21-14. Both offenses started this game off strong. It was tied at 14 at the half. Then we scored early in the 3rd quarter, and the offenses were never to be seen from again. Huge defensive stops from both teams there in that 4th quarter, but our Bulldogs were able to finish off the job. We improved to 7-3 on the season, which is 2 more games left to go. Let's take a look at this box score here before we wrap things up today. As I said earlier, Manuel Castillo, the 2 interceptions were bad, but other than that, I thought he threw the ball really well for the most part. So overall, a productive day here for Manuel Castillo, who's continuing to prove himself as the possible starting quarterback going into next year. Remember, we had the quarterback battle with him and Jonathan Roberts until Roberts got injured. Victor Adams was awesome, 16 carries, 110 yards. Barrington, just 6 carries for 6 yards. Smith Gardner, 5 for 50 and a touchdown. Cortez, 5 for 56 and a touchdown. Osiris Young was also pretty good. Jonathan Savage with a big game, 3 tackles, 2 sacks. Ivanovic with 9 tackles, 1 for a loss, which was the game-winning tackle, and that huge interception. As for UTSA, Eddie Lee Marburger wasn't terrible, but he wasn't really good either. He did run it pretty well because, again, every quarterback we play against runs it wild. He actually ran it better than Sincere McCormick, so a slow quarterback runs it better than an NFL caliber running back. That just shows how our defense is. We stop running backs from running, but we can't stop quarterbacks from running. It's very weird. But at the end of the day, we won the game. I can't really complain too much. We're keeping it way too close with some of these dumpster fires throughout our conference. But at the end of the day, a win is a win. So at 7-3 with just 2 games to go, we are entering the home stretch of the regular season here in year number 2. We ended up getting a couple new commits to the program. JUCO defensive end Cedric McNeil has committed along with 4-star athlete Maurice Utley. Utley is the first 4-star player we've gotten in this class, so he's our highest ranked signing so far, which is ironic because I actually think he's one of our worst signings, but that's certainly not to say he's a bad player. I'm curious to see what his offensive blocking ratings are because he could be an offensive lineman or a defensive lineman. Then we have Cedric McNeil, a 76 overall JUCO junior. He'll likely get to make an early impact, possibly as soon as next season. So I'm liking the way our recruiting class is shaping up. It's currently ranked 64th in the nation, which is pretty much smack dab in the middle. And we've got a number of highly ranked recruits who we're still going after, who we're likely going to have a major focus on in the offseason. I don't think any of these guys here towards the top of the board will commit by the end of the season. Hopefully Elliott Hughes and DT Santander do, but other than that, I imagine all those guys will go to the offseason. So we've got a couple big games in the next episode, particularly against our rivals, Capital College, and I think this is the biggest game in program history so far. Not only is it a rivalry game, but we need to win this game in order to still have a shot of making the conference championship. If Capital College beats us, then they will clinch the division. If not, we can still have a shot. If we win this game against Capital College and then beat Navy the following week, which will also be in the next episode, then we will advance to the conference championship, I believe. So huge aspirations are on the line here in the next episode. Hope you guys are ready for that. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Peace out.